Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Vaughan Grove Sports Park for today's matchup between the Woodbridge Strikers and the North Toronto Nitros. Tonight's match will prove to be an exciting one, hopefully, with two teams that are vying for their first win of this young 2024 season. Woodbridge stands at 6th in the standings, while North Toronto sits at 11th, and both teams, as I've said before, have yet to win. North Toronto suffered a 3-2 loss at Burlington against the Burlington SC in their season opener. And Woodbridge had a 3-3 draw against the Blue Devils in Oakville. Both games happening on April 28th, so exactly a week ago today. Players are walking onto the field now, setting the stage for kickoff tonight. As you may see in the corner, you'll see some Woodbridge flags flying, as this is their home opener, with some smoke coming out in the background as well. beautiful live rendition of the national anthem here in Woodbridge.
Thank you, Daniela and Sophia. Tonight's match is live streamed live on Spidio. Every men and women's Premier Division home game here at the Grove in the Bridge for your Woodbridge Strikers will be live streamed all 2024 season long. I'm Nicholas Fiore. We hope you enjoy the game.
You can see the fans filing onto the field here as we get prepped for kickoff momentarily. Seems to be a relatively full crowd with more people coming as we go. And the tension, excitement, all of those feelings are building up here as we prep for kickoff momentarily. A bit of background on both teams. Again, this is each team's second game of the season. Starting off with the home team, Woodbridge. They had a 3-3 draw against the Oakville Blue Devils out in Oakville last weekend. And that game was really a tale of two halves. It was very, very interesting to see because Woodbridge had started off very strong with a 2-goal lead off of a penalty and a header by Ronaldo Marshall. But the Blue Devils had come storming back with 3 unanswered goals before Anthony Morano scored the equalizer in added time. So some players to watch out for today would definitely be Marshall Ronaldo of that Woodbridge squad. He already has 2 goals on this young campaign, and we hope that he scores many, many more today. A key to the game for Woodbridge will be keeping that back line strong. As we mentioned previously, they conceded 3 goals after being up 2-0 in their last game. So they're really going to have to make sure they're organized on in the backfield on that defensive end to make sure that North Toronto does not penetrate through today. Looking over to the other side of the field with North Toronto, they had a very tough season opener in Burlington. They also started off strong with a 2-goal lead with goals from Matthew Chander and Kausto Bola. But unfortunately, after conceding a red card in that first half, Burlington, their opponent, scored 3 unanswered, including goals from Mauro Lully, Augustus Oku, 2 goals from Augustus Oku, actually, with a stunning bicycle kick in added time, capping off a 3-2 victory for Burlington and stealing those 3 points from North Toronto. Some keys to the game for North Toronto, or a key for the game for North Toronto, would have to be player discipline. They conceded 3 cards, including a red card, which may have affected their playing style, as they did score after the red card, but conceded 3 goals afterwards. So we'll look for North Toronto to be level-headed tonight, as they are again on the road in a very, very tough environment here in Woodbridge. And the whistle has blown to begin this exciting match here at Vaughan Grove Sports Park. North Toronto is currently controlling possession with Woodbridge looming. North Toronto is passing around in their back zone, trying to establish organization before they attack. Beautiful pass up the wing. Now pass to the middle to Jamie Benyon Abraham. Played forward along the wing. And controlled by the Woodbridge defense. You can see North Toronto applying pressure early. They started off in their own backfield, but really, really tried to emphasize playing down that left wing with a couple of good through balls towards their winger, number 13, Mateo Albia. Sorry, towards their winger number 16, Nico Barros. Ball's being controlled by number 13, the captain. Even though North Toronto is controlling possession here early, the Woodbridge Strikers have not made it easy for them at all. They've spent a lot of time on their own half of the field trying to get organized. Woodbridge has 3 to 4 men on the ball at all times, really preventing North Toronto from organizing early in this match. Ball's controlled by number 3, Gianluca Condello. You can hear the beginning rumblings of a "Let's Go Woodbridge" chant as the fans of this home squad really try to rally their strikers towards their first victory in their home opener today. Three minutes into the match, and it really just seems like both teams are trying to feel each other out here. A free kick has been awarded to North Toronto. We'll see if they're able to capitalize off of it. Ball's played into the box and caught by the goalkeeper, Dante Ferraro. Ball's now controlled by number 2, Luca Pinto. The strikers seem to be playing very strategically here, taking their time with short passes between their defense and midfield. And a rough challenge there by North Toronto forward number 22 has awarded a free kick back to Woodbridge. Ball's being controlled here by number 22, Akeem Villas, before being played back to Dante Ferraro of Woodbridge. You can hear a lot of communication between the Nitros here, really trying to organize themselves to prepare for Woodbridge's looming attack. They've regained possession of the ball before dribbling it out of bounds. And a free kick is being awarded to the strikers. Ball's being controlled here by number 8, Joe Mack. Great save by Joe Mack there again, and as he dribbles the ball into the middle. And North Toronto's on the counterattack here. Ball's being controlled by number 14 before being passed to 20, who attempts a shot on goal, but it is interrupted by Dante Ferraro. We've mentioned Ferraro's name quite a bit here in the early rumblings of this game. He was actually the goalkeeper selection for Team of the Week for our inaugural Team of the Week of the 2024 campaign. He was very, very strong in the 3-3 draw that the Strikers had against the Blue Devils last week. Even though he had conceded 3 goals, a lot of them were off of set pieces and just a result of unfortunate play by the back line. And he really held himself strong in the first half. We'll see if he can repeat that Team of the Week performance here in week 2. You can see both teams organizing themselves as North Toronto prepares for a throw-in in the attacking zone. But the ball's thrown right to Woodbridge. Bounces back to North Toronto. Controlled by number 8, Matthew Perovich. Before being passed to number 20, Josiah Soa. And he dribbles in towards the net. Passes it to number 10. And a strong challenge from the Woodbridge defender to yield off that attack. Ball was cleared right back to North Toronto. Is being controlled by their back line currently. You hear the boos erupting from the Woodbridge sideline as their fans clearly don't like these North Toronto Nitros tonight. Beautiful through ball to number 20, Josiah Soa, but it's been intercepted by Gianluca Condello of Woodbridge. You can hear number 22, Akeem Villas, call for the ball, and he receives it along the wing here. Plays it in towards a striker, Fadi Salbak, before a very strong challenge and a free kick being awarded to the Nitros. Matthew Perovich of North Toronto prepares to take a free kick here, approximately 35 yards out. It's crossed into the box before being headed away by a Woodbridge defender, and a handball called against the Nitros. The Strikers are creeping up along the left wing, trying to mount an attack here. Luca Pinto dribbling the ball back and forth before passing it to his teammate, who then finds Joe Mack, who plays it into the box, unfortunately towards no one, as it is collected by the Nitros goalkeeper. Goal kick from North Toronto, directed towards number 10, Fadi Salbak. Ball's being controlled along the wing here. And the Woodbridge defense steps up once again. Woodbridge is really trying to exploit this left wing here. I wonder if they have thoughts that maybe we don't hear. Maybe they have a strategy to really, really exploit a left wing. And the Strikers control the ball in midfield here for a strong challenge by number 13 on North Toronto, Mateo Albia. The Strikers preaching patience here as they try to find a way through that North Toronto defense. Strong run here by number 6 on Woodbridge, Jacob Spaziri, the captain, before he dribbles the ball out of bounds. The Strikers had attempted to cross a ball in there before it was headed away by North Toronto's defense. And the Strikers playing the ball all the way back to their goalkeeper, Dante Ferraro, as he controls possession here. Joe Mack controls possession here for Woodbridge. And a throw-in launches an attack here by Jamie Benyon Abraham. He shoots on goal, and it's unfortunately just a little bit wide. Ferraro plays the ball upfield. And the foul has been committed. Number 21, Anthony Morano for Woodbridge is currently down as he appears to have taken a hit to the head. A really interesting thing to note here as we prepare for Woodbridge's free kick. Both of North Toronto's goal scorers in their loss last week at Burlington are not currently in the lineup. Both Matthew Chandler and Kaustu Bola both aren't present on the game sheet here today. We'll see who might be able to step up for the Nitros here. An attempted cross from the strikers was deflected out of play. Strikers throw the ball into play. Beautiful dribble by the Woodbridge player, number 22, before he loses possession. Excellent challenge from the captain, Jacob Spaziri, to prevent North Toronto from pushing forward. These Strikers fans are quite entertaining. You hear the echoing boo each and every time North Toronto touches the ball. And the collective, yeah, as the Strikers control possession here. We're approaching the midway point of this first half here. Approximately 20 minutes played. And still a 0-0 match here at Vaughan Grove.
Casual. Run! Move forward! Show yourself!
Possession being controlled here by the Woodbridge back line. The Strikers have had a few chances here, and they've controlled possession for the 20 minutes played so far, but unfortunately haven't had anything to show for it just yet. Ball's controlled by Joe Mack, who plays it down the field for his teammate before it's collected by the North Toronto goalkeeper.
Keep going, Anthony! Come on, Anthony! Get behind there!
And the ball is headed out of bounds by a Woodbridge defender as North Toronto attempts to set up an attack off the throw-in here. And number 20, Josiah Soa, throws it into his teammate. And some tough battles here against this left touchline, as both teams really fight for an opportunity early in this game here.
Come on, Anthony! Try windows!
You can hear the Strikers coach really encouraging his players to fight hard and move forward as this match unfolds. Strikers control possession along the wing with a very strong run by number 22, Santino. He attempts to play the ball in before it is knocked out of bounds. That play there seemed to be dangerous for a second. It seems that number 22, Santino Di Bartolo, has a lot of speed along that right wing. We'll see if Woodbridge continues to play the ball towards him. And the Strikers prepare for a corner kick here. is played into Jacob Spaziri, who attempts a shot, but it misses the goal by quite a long margin. If Spaziri had maybe taken another second or two to control that ball before shooting it, it may have proven to be a very good chance for the Strikers. Unfortunately, they come up empty-handed. But they control the ball again here. It's played back to the captain, Jacob Spaziri. Now controlled by Gianluca. Then pass to Spaziri, back to Gianluca. Now to Joe Mack. Back to Gianluca Condello. As he scopes out all of his options before playing the ball all the way forward. As it's collected by the North Toronto goalkeeper. A very strong challenge leads to a pass. Oh, and an extremely close chance for Ronaldo Marshall. Just quite couldn't put his foot on the ball there with an excellent pass coming from his teammate, Anthony Morano.
Mateo, you should have been there, Mateo. You should have been there, not Joe.
Ball's controlled by 25, Keegan Wilson. And the ball's controlled by the Nitros here off of the free kick. Pass along the left wing to number 10, Fadi Salbak, who attempts to play it in before it is cleared out of bounds and actually out of the field of play by number 3, Gianluca Condello. And we are just over the halfway point of this first period in a very tight match between two sides vying for their first win here in Woodbridge at the Vaughan Grove Sports Park. The Nitros prepare for a corner kick here. And the ball's played in off of the corner. Headed back towards a corner kicker who then plays it in again. And cleared by number 25 on Woodbridge, Keegan Wilson. Very, very strong defense there from the Strikers. Ball's controlled here and passed to Josiah Soa of the North Toronto Nitros. He dribbles back towards the middle of the field. Finds his teammate, who then passes it down the wing. And that ball is being dribbled back and forth along that left wing as the Nitros try to find something here. Ball's played to number 10, Fadi Salbak, who was then challenged and loses possession. Isaiah Soa, number 20, he's been very active along this right wing for North Toronto. Unfortunately, he loses possession of the ball there, but we'll see what Soa is able to do as the match continues. Ball's controlled by Joe Mack and dribble backwards to his teammate, goalkeeper Dante Ferraro, as he blasts the ball forward towards midfield. Ball's then played to number 22, Santino. Oh, and Santino Di Bartolo with another strong run attempt up the wing. Ball's played to number 3, Gianluca Condello, who then passes it to Luca Pinto. Back to Condello. And the strikers are really just trying to maintain possession here and figure out this, the structure of these North Toronto Nitros. North Toronto on the attack. Number 10, Fadi Salbak attempts a shot on goal that is deflected away by the striker's defender. And Matthew Perovich, number 8 on North Toronto, attempted to cross the ball in, but that striker's back line holds up very, very strong. As I mentioned before, one of the keys to the game for this Strikers squad will be keeping the back line strong. And so far, I think they've proven that they can live up to that objective. As number 20, Anthony Morano attempts to control the ball here before losing it. A bit of a tie-up towards North Toronto's box as well, as number 9 had taken a fall before another fall was taken by a Woodbridge player here. And as the trainer tends to an injured Woodbridge player here, both teams take a bit of a water break, trying to strategize, trying to regroup, trying to get that first goal. We're now 31 minutes into action here at the Vaughan Grove Sports Park. Still a 0-0 game between the North Toronto Nitros and the Woodbridge Strikers. Looks like we have an early substitution here for the injured player. was number 21, Anthony Morano, who has stepped out of the match and is being replaced by number 20, Exose Kadibwe. Both teams are really starting to pick up the pace here as the ball's been played to Luca Pinto, number 2. And you can see the ref put up his substitution board there as Exose Kadibwe, number 20, enters the match for number 21, Anthony Morano. Wow. And Exose Kadibwe, number 20, who just subbed into the match, is tripped up in the box by North Toronto's goalkeeper, and a penalty has been awarded here. Wow, what a moment in this match here. A match that's been so even-keeled, so defensive, and so tight between both sides. Now potentially with a breakthrough here. Ronaldo Marshall already has 2 goals here on the campaign, including one from a penalty. Let's see if he scores again. He steps up, shoots to the right, and he scores! As the Strikers take an early lead here in the 34th minute with a goal from number 9, Ronaldo Marshall. You can see the flags flying, the blue smoke blowing up into the air, and these Woodbridge fans celebrating hard as their team has an early lead in this home opener. You can see a flag runner as well running up and down the sideline, showing that Strikers logo. Another moment of jubilation here for these Strikers fans.
Woodbridge Strikers goal. Score in the 34th minute by
Push up,
number
push up.
9, Ronaldo Marshall.
Whoa. Another very, very close call for the Nitros as number 13, Mateo Albia on the Strikers had a strong attempt that went just left of the goal there. Woodbridge Strikers prepare for a corner kick here. It's played into the box and headed away by the North Toronto Nitros, who seem to be looming on a counterattack here. Very strong challenge from number 6, Jacob Smaziri, to regain control for the Strikers. Ball's played to Exose before the Strikers are dispossessed. Beautiful passing as Josiah Soa breaks free along the wing. And a very strong challenge from number 22, Santino De Bartolo.
Push him up. Sandy, come. There, good, Mateo. That's what you got.
throw in here to number 20, Exose Kadibue. As he controls possession, plays it back. Ball now finds Joe Mack, and then finds Gianluca Condello. Before it's played back to the goalkeeper, Dante Ferraro. The Strikers regain possession here. Before being dispossessed by North Toronto. And North Toronto with a looming counterattack. Very back and forth here in Woodbridge's half of the field as they try to stop North Toronto from pushing forward. And ball's controlled here by number 20, Exose Kalibue. As he looks for support from his teammates. And a lot of physicality between Exose and number 4 on the North Toronto Nitros, Brandon Barone. As a free kick has been awarded here to the Nitros. Sorry, to the Strikers. The Strikers prepare for a free kick here. Ball's crossed in, headed by Luca Pinto, and controlled here by the Strikers as they loom around that 18-yard box, looking for a way in. Ball's played towards number 3, who shoots, and with an excellent save from the North Toronto Nitros goalkeeper. Approaching halftime here at Vaughan Grove Sports Park with a 1-0 lead. 1-0 lead for the home team, Woodbridge Strikers SC, over the North Toronto Nitros.
Keep going, keep going. Here we go, here we go.
And a collision there between both number 8s, Joe Mack of the Strikers and Matthew Perovich of the Nitros, results in a Nitros free kick, which is quickly taken by Mateo Albia. Ball's then played to number 22 before dispossessed. They gain possession. Fadi Salbach in the box here, tangled up. Excellent slide from Dante Ferraro to prevent any further damage.
Good, X, good, good. Pick up in the middle here.
Ball's controlled here by Fadi Salbak, who taps it back to number 20, Josiah Soa.
Go, Mateo. Come in, Mateo.
Ball's played into the box and caught by Dante Ferraro. A good opportunity there from the Nitros, set up by number 20, Josiah Soa, and number 10, Fadi Salbak. Salbak and Soa playing very hard, especially Soa, who's been running north-south, east-to-west throughout 43 minutes of action here. And Soa receives the ball again, dribbles towards the box, attempts to play it in before it's intercepted by Elijah Vietz Lee. Sorry, Joe Mack, number 8. Ball's then played to Exose. Exose fights hard along the wing.
It's okay. Hey, first touch, right? Don't complicate it. He put you in a tough spot. Don't make it worse. One on the ball. Set. You good.
Number 13, Tajia Vukas, the captain, attempted to play the ball forward to striker Fadi Salbak, but unfortunately it falls on no one's feet and is collected by Dante Ferraro. Ferraro ushers all of his teammates forward.
Ball, Joe.
Ball's played from Joe Mack to Gianluca Condello, who then plays it to Exose. Excellent pass to number 13, Mateo Albia, who plays it to Exose. Exose dribbles into the box, but can't quite seem to keep the ball in bounds.
Drop. Drop.
The fourth official has announced that there will be a minimum of 2 minutes of added time here as we hit that 45-minute mark here at Vaughan Grove Sports Park. And North Toronto kicking the ball out of bounds before a free throw has been awarded to the Woodbridge Strikers here. We'll see if either team has one more attack in them before halftime. Strong run up the wing by number 8, Joe Mack, who was then pushed over with a free kick being awarded to the Strikers. Mack is taking another second there. Still down after a strong collision between him and a Nitros defender.
One more, guys. Wake up.
Ball's played into the middle. Oh, Exose Karibue jumped nice and high, trying to put his head on that ball, but it just clips the top of his skull. And unfortunately, it's not directed towards net. And at halftime, the home team, Woodbridge Strikers, have a slim 1-0 lead after a penalty by Ronaldo Marshall in the 34th minute. Okay. What's that? Like a sample? All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Vaughan Grove Sports Park with your matchup between the Woodbridge Strikers and the North Toronto Nitro. We're preparing for the second half here with a few moments of action from the Woodbridge side. They've scored, which has given them a 1-0 lead over their opponents in their home opener. Ronaldo Marshall scored a penalty in the 34th minute to give his team the lead. And we are just here waiting for the second half. The sun is beaming down on the field. It's a beautiful night for some soccer or football, depending on what you refer to it as we are here ready to get underway momentarily. Welcome back, everyone. We are here at the Vaughan Grove Sports Park as the second half prepares to commence between your home side, the Woodbridge Strikers, and the North Toronto Nitros. Just a little recap of the first half. The Woodbridge Strikers came out with an early lead after Ronaldo Marshall scored a penalty in the 34th minute. The North Toronto Nitros have had a few chances, especially from their striker number 10, Fadi Salbak, and have been set up well by the number 20, but they haven't found the back of the net just yet. We have a substitution taking place before the second half here. Number 11, Jalen Dwayne Drummond is entering the match for number 7, Luca DeMarco. And that's for the Nitros. And on the Woodbridge Strikers side, number 10, Ignacio Musili is entering the match for number 13, Mateo Albia. And number 19, Abdul Hamad, has entered the match for number 9, Ronaldo Marshall. If you remember from previously, Ronaldo Marshall was our one and only goal scorer of the match and has 3 out of 4 Woodbridge goals this season. It's interesting to see him come out as the second half begins. But with a slim lead, hopefully the Strikers will hold on or have another goal scorer prevail for them. Possessions controlled by the Nitros. Play back to their goalkeeper. And the ball's played to captain number 8, Matthew Perovich.
Entering the match, number 11, Jalen Drummond. Exiting the match, number 7, Luca DiMarco. Entering the match, number 15, Philip Arbutino.
The ball's being played back and forth between the Nitros back line and the goalkeeper as they try to establish themselves early in this second half.
Substitutions at the half for your Woodbridge Strikers. Entering the match, number 10, Ignacio Muchili.
This just keeps going back and forth here
Mateo Albia.
as the Nitros try to figure out a way to advance the ball.
Entering the match, number 19, Abdul Hamad. Entering the match, number 9, Ronaldo Marshall.
The Nitros are, I guess, challenging the Strikers to keep their shape as they go back and forth, passing between number 2, Conrad Cesarski, and the goalkeeper, Kevon Grant.
Here we go. Who's in the middle?
And the Strikers finally dispossess the Nitros with a goal kick here by Dante Ferraro. Unfortunately for him, it goes right to a Nitros attacker, number 20, Josiah Soa, before being blasted out of bounds by the Strikers.
Stop. Stay up, Bex. Stay up, Bex.
Ball's controlled by number 2, Konrad Zarnecki. Seems like North Toronto's really focused on possession here in this half. The Strikers finally control the ball here. Keegan Wilson attempts to pass it up to his teammate, Santino Di Bartolo, without any luck. And a beautiful challenger by number 10, Ignacio Musili, before he loses possession. Ball's controlled here by number 16, Nico Barros. He dribbles forward into the zone, is tripped up, regains possession before losing it again. You can hear the "Let's Go Woodbridge" chant as these home fans really try to rally their side towards victory here. Ball's being controlled by North Toronto in Woodbridge's zone. And number 15, Philippe Arbitunia, was dispossessed by number 20, Exose Kadibue, on the Woodbridge Strikers before he was fouled, resulting in a Strikers free kick. Ball's being controlled along the back line for Woodbridge before being played up the wing to number 2, who then loses it as it's played back to the goalkeeper. Excellent control by Nico Barros as he tries to play the ball forward. It's headed towards number 2, Santino Di Bartolo, who then passes to Ignacio Musili, who attempts to cross it into the box with no luck. Excellent chance from number 19 on the Woodbridge Strikers, Abdul Hamad. Unfortunately, it doesn't result in much. And the Strikers prepare for a corner kick. Exose Kadibue gets his head on it, but unfortunately in the wrong direction. Ball's controlled here by number 25, Keegan Wilson, who plays it back to Dante Ferraro. Ball's controlled by 8, Joe Mack, goes back and forth with his captain, Jacob Spizzeri, before getting to Keegan Wilson. Keegan calls for support along the wing. Unfortunately, doesn't receive it. And a beautiful ball played there to Woodbridge as they control possession along that right wing. Ignacio Musili shows some emotion as he's tripped up along the right wing with no foul being called. And Keegan Wilson controls possession before being tripped up along the wing. And a free kick awarded, with a yellow card being issued to a North Toronto Nitros player.
If you don't have to go on, don't go on. I don't want to play for man down. No, we card it. Let's go. Abdul. I know sometimes it's tough. You're covering him.
A yellow card was issued to number 8 on the North Toronto Nitros, Matthew Perovich, after a strong challenge. Many would argue too strong against Keegan Wilson. Dante Ferraro controls the ball before blasting it forward towards number 20. And it is collected by the North Toronto Nitros goalkeeper.
Yellow card issued to North Toronto, number 10, Fadi Selbach, in the 54th minute.
The ball's then deflected out of bounds before being controlled by Jalen Dwayne Drummond for the throw-in. Oh, and the strikers fight hard to dispossess North Toronto. Abdul Hamad along the wing tries to play it in. Exose Kadabue challenges hard, but can't find the back of the net. Fadi Selbach attempts to control the ball and chip it over the goalkeeper with no avail.
Get it, Joe. Get it. Ask for it.
Dante Ferraro again plays the ball forward. Very, very strong challenge by number 20, Exose Kadabue. And a yellow card has been issued to him here in the 56th minute of action. Nitros defender Conrad Cernecki plays the ball forward to his teammate. Keegan Wilson intercepts it, playing it to captain Jacob Spizzeri, who then loses possession of the ball. And North Toronto threatens here before number 6, Jamie Benyon Abraham, passes the ball directly out of bounds.
Tuck in.
Dante Ferraro boots the ball forward towards the right wing. The Nitros attempt to control it, but just knock it out of bounds.
Issued to Woodbridge strikers.
And Santino Di Bartolo, number 22 on the strikers, attempts to throw the ball in.
Candy.
The strikers move forward with a pass to number 22, Santino Di Bartolo. Bartolo controls it, passes it to number 19, who then plays it to captain Jacob Spizzeri. Spizzeri plays it to Joe Mack, who controls the ball in midfield. Great control along the wing by number 2, Luca Pinto, before he is tackled. Ball now arrives to the feet of Keegan Wilson, who runs forward. Finds number 10, Ignacio Musillo, who then finds Joe Mack, who then finds Gianluca Condello. as the strikers control the ball here. Excellent pass to Exose Kadibue, who then passes it to his teammate who takes a strike. Unfortunately, it goes just left of the goal. Excellent touch by Fadi Salbach to keep the ball in play.
Come, Nazi, come. Come on, Abdul. Go, Abdul, double. Go let him out.
The Nitros control the ball here in their attacking half as they search for their first goal 60 minutes into this game. Abdul Hamad plays the ball forward to Exose Kadibue. It's then kicked forward by the North Toronto Nitros goalkeeper. A very hard challenge by number 16, Nico Barros, against number 22, Santino Di Bartolo, which results in a yellow card for Barros here in the 60th minute of action. You can see tension starting to flare here, as that is the third yellow card issued in the second half alone, which is only 15 minutes through so far. Keegan Wilson plays the ball to his teammate, Joe Mack. Elijah Vietli controls the ball here and plays it forward along the wing with a beautiful header by number 2, Luca Pinto, before the strikers lose possession.
Yellow card issued to North Toronto, number 16, Nico Barros.
Okay, Keegan, okay, let's go. Come, Abdul, come. Don't dive in. Here.
Another foul against Keegan Wilson, number 25, who's clearly frustrated.
Keegan, back, Keegan. You want the ball clean.
You can hear the howls of the Woodbridge fans' horns as the Nitros prepare for a free kick here. And it's crossing, beautiful cross. Unfortunately, doesn't find the head of any of the North Toronto Nitros as Dante Ferraro collects the ball, throwing it forward to number 22, Santino Di Bartolo, who loses possession along the right touchline. A lot of speed from Abdul Hamad in midfield before a strong challenge by number 2, Conrad Sarnecki. And Jacob Spizier regains control for his side. Ball's played forward to Exose Kadibue, who dribbles past the defender, shoots with his left foot with a save from the Nitros goalkeeper. Probably the best threat here from the strikers at the beginning of the second half. Doesn't result in much, but very, very promising play from Woodbridge here. Exose Kadabue controls the ball in the box. He's taken down in the box.
Watch. Daniel.
And number 9, Zachariah Abdi, enters the match for North Toronto Nitros.
North Toronto substitution, the 64th minute.
As number 6, Jamie Benyon Abraham exits the mats.
6, Jamie Benyon Abraham.
Ball's played back to the Strikers goalkeeper, Dante Ferraro. Ball's then played to Keegan Wilson. Keegan a little bit of disorganization here from both teams as they go back and forth. One team losing possession before another loses possession as well. Very good pass by striker Fadi Salbak to his teammate Nico Barros. Barros controls the ball in midfield. Passes a few defenders with lovely dribble moves.
Come on.
Temper's starting to flare here as both teams challenge each other very, very hard, and a Strikers player is currently down.
North Toronto yellow card in the 68th minute to number 15, Philip Arbutina.
Abdul. Get organized quickly.
Woodbridge striker substitution in the 68th minute. Entering the match, number 14, Santiago Almeida.
The Nitros prepare for a free kick here. Ball's played into the box before being headed away.
That was the announcer that did that. It wasn't us. Hey, Miss Tex. We switch it. Up now. Up.
Keegan Wilson controls the ball here for the Strikers. Play to Santino Di Bartolo. Very strong challenge from number 11, Jalen Dwayne Drummond, but Santino kept strong before eventually losing possession. A crossover to the captain, number 13, Tajika Vukas. Vukas controls the ball here before playing it back to his goalkeeper. We are approximately 70 minutes through action here at Von Grove Sports Park, and the Woodbridge Strikers still hold their slim 1-0 lead. Ball's crossed forward for Fadi Salbach, but doesn't reach him. Ball's then played to number 19, Ahmad. Then played to number 20, Exose Kadibue. He attempts to dribble through multiple defenders. Ball's controlled by number 8, Joe Mack, before being played to number 22, Santino Di Bartolo. Excellent spin move from Jacob Spizier to keep possession. He's tripped up. The ball is played to Joe Mack, who's trying to distribute for his teammates. Ball's now played in from the left wing and caught very strongly by the Nitros goalkeeper, who throws the ball now to midfield from Fadi Salbach as he fights hard with Keegan Wilson losing possession. Keegan Wilson with an excellent challenge, tries to play the ball forward, couldn't find anyone, but strong defense by Wilson here. Number 16, Nico Barros controls the ball before him being dispossessed. Number 19, Abdul Hamad passes the ball to his teammate, Luca Pinto, who then passes to Exose Kadibue, who is then dispossessed by captain Tadija Vukas. Nico Barros plays the ball up the wing. And it is cleared out of bounds. Preventing the threat is Elijah Vietz-Lee, number 18. And it looks like another substitution here for the Woodbridge Strikers as number 14, Santiago Almada, enters the match for number 22, Santino Di Bartolo. Even though Bartolo did not find the back of the net, he seemed to have a very strong game, setting up a number of attacks up the wing. Ball's controlled by number 2, Conrad Cernecki, who then plays it to number 22, Akeem Villiers. Ball gets tangled up before finding its way along the wing. Number 11, Jalen Andre Drummond, throws it into number 13, Tadija Vukas. Nico Barros is challenged strongly for the ball. Wins it back before losing it to a Woodbridge striker. Fadi Salbach tries to find his teammate along the wing. Strong run by Joe Alt up the midfield before he is tripped up and fouled. And a yellow card has been issued to a North Toronto Nitro.
North Toronto, number 20, Josiah Soa, in the 73rd minute.
Josiah Soa had the yellow card issued to him here in the 73rd. Ball's crossed into number 20, Exose Kadibue. We have just over 16 minutes left here in this exciting game at Vaughan Grove Sports Park. Fadi Salbach tries to play the ball to his teammate. Strong challenge by Brandon Barone. Konrad Cernecki plays the ball to his captain, Tadija Vukas. His captain on captain here with a strong sliding tackle before the ball is played into the box. Unfortunately for the Nitros, towards Dante Ferraro. Ferraro ushering his teammates forward as they look for a second goal in their home opener. And a substitution is now taking place for the North Toronto Nitros with number 17, Sufyan Faraj, entering the match for number 16, Nico Barros. Nico Barros was very active today in that midfield with lots of strong dribbles trying to set up his teammates. Elijah Vietli plays the ball to number 19, Abdul Hamad. Hamad fights hard for possession before a dangerous slide tackle against number 22, Akeem Villas.
Yellow card issued to Woodbridge. In the 76th minute to number 19, Abdul Hamad.
And Abdul Hamad has just been issued that yellow card there as North Toronto prepares for the free kick. Ball's then played into the box now. It's controlled and shot by number 17, Sufyan Faraj. But Keegan Wilson uses a strong header to deflect it away. Fadi Salbach attempts a shot. It goes just over the crossbar. There's a sense of urgency here from the Nitros now with just under 13 minutes left in this game. They're hoping to score an equalizer or put maybe even a few more in the net to come away with a win and steal 3 points from Woodbridge. Substitution now for the Strikers. Number 23, Jordan Hendricks, enters the match for number 19, Abdul Hamad.
Woodbridge substitution in the 78th minute. Entering the match, number 23, Jordan Hendricks. Commencing the match number 19, Abdul Hamad.
Number 17, Sufyan Faraj controls the ball along the left wing. Finds his teammate, Jalen Drummond. And Drummond attempts to play the ball forward before it is deflected out of play. The Nitros throwing the ball in for a second time now, before it is headed away by the strikers. Nitros regaining control with number 17, Sufyan Faraj, being challenged hard before the ball is played back to his teammate, who then plays it into the box. And a little bit of a tie-up now between Dante Ferraro and the striker Fadi Salbak of North Toronto. A number of strikers step in now to try to protect their goalkeeper.
Stop! Squeeze! Back in.
Dante Ferraro plays the ball forward. It's now controlled by number 14, who plays it to number 10, Ignacio Musili along the wing. Ignacio crosses it in before it's headed away by the Nitros. Joe Alt finds captain Jacob Spizziri, who controls the ball in midfield here. A number of touches before Woodbridge, before the ball goes out of bounds after clearance by North Toronto. Both teams really pressing hard here. Woodbridge trying to cement their lead with another goal. North Toronto trying to equalize and bring themselves back into this game. And number 14, Santiago Almalda chipped the ball forward. Exose Karibue controls the ball. And a strong strike from number 10, Ignacio Musili, unfortunately, does not find the target. Jordan Hendricks controls the ball and plays it to his teammate Santiago Almalda, who then pass it back to Dante Ferraro, who blasts it out of bounds. Ball's controlled by Exose Karibue before being knocked out of bounds. Santiago Almada plays the ball into Jordan Hendricks. Hendricks dribbles quite a bit along this midfield. Jacob Spizziri just misses his pass. We're 83 minutes in here with North Toronto still searching for their first goal of the match. The strikers clear the ball before it is gathered by North Toronto. Captain on captain. That's been happening a few times this half here. And unfortunately for Jacob Spizziri, it results in a foul. Ball's played into the box by number 4, Brandon Baroni. Before control is taken by Ignacio Mazzilli, but he dribbles out of bounds in a strange twist of actions here. And the strikers try to capitalize off a quick free kick. Exose Kadibue dribbles the ball into the box. But unfortunately, with no support, he isn't able to find the back of the net. Joe Alt jumps up before stealing the ball in midfield. Plays it forward to Kadibue. He crosses it in to no avail. Throughout the second half, one of the themes here has been, strong attack, strong runs, strong dribbles with lack of support. You've seen it a number of times from number 20, Exose Kadibue, as he almost seems to be outrunning his teammates. Same thing with striker number 10, Fadi Salbak. Strong fight by Ignacio Musili before he is fouled. Free kick awarded to the strikers. Jacob Spizziri controls the ball here before it's played to Keegan Wilson. Wilson finds Mazzilli. Mazzilli finds Santiago Almada. Beautiful series of touches as Exose Kadibue tries to run towards the ball before it is cleared by Akeem Villas of the North Toronto Nitros. North Toronto is awarded a free kick. And Akeem Villas plays the ball across the field to his teammate, Conrad Sarnecki. Sarnecki controls the ball. Plays it to Josiah Soa. Back to Sarnecki. And you can see the pace starting to build from the Nitros. Along the wing here, number 17, Soufan Faraj, is dispossessed by Jacob Spizziri. Joe Max, controlling the ball before it's played forward to Exose Kadibue. He's looking for support. Strikes the ball before it's deflected and into the back of the net. A triumphant goal for number 20, Exose Kadibue, as he's fought so hard throughout this match. A series of very strong runs, very strong dribbles, and a strong shot that's deflected and finally finds the back of the net for him. The excitement building here at the Von Grove Sports Park, as it seems that Woodbridge is minutes away from a victory, as they are now up 2-0 with minutes to go in this matchup. Such an excellent goal from number 20, Exaucé Kadibue, as he dribbled along that right wing. Took his time, was patient, looked for help before striking that ball. Unfortunately for North Toronto, they did have a deflection off of their own defender, but for Woodbridge, that does not matter as they look to clinch 3 points here in their home opener. And might be another threat here from Ignacio Musili, number 10, as he dribbles through multiple defenders. Santiago Almada plays the ball to Joe Mack. Joe Mack plays the ball down. Controlled by Jacob Spizziri and back to his teammate before it goes to Joe Alt. It seems like the strikers have been rejuvenated with energy here. And the energy of this match has never been higher. The strike, excellent challenge here from Luca Pinto, number 2. Kicks the ball to Ignacio Musili. Musili controls here outside of the block, strikes towards the goal with an excellent outstretched hand from the Nitros goalkeeper, Kevon Grant. A Nitros player banged up here as we wait for play to commence. And that means that number 18, Noah Pickering, is entering the match. And that is for number 2, Conrad Sarnecki. Conrad was very, very strong along that back line for 90 minutes of play.
Substitution in the 91st minute, entering the match number 18, Noah Pickering, and exiting the match number 2, Conrad Sarnecki.
The fourth official has indicated that there will be a minimum of 5 minutes of added time here at Vaughan Grove Sports Park. North Toronto will need every minute of that extra time in order to make something happen here in what looks to be a decisive win for the Woodbridge Strikers. Ball's crossed into the 18-yard box. There are many, many players on that North Toronto side screaming for a handball, but they did not, in fact, receive it. You can hear the "Let's Go Woodbridge" chants from that other sideline as these fans celebrate here with horns, voices, and whistles.
Yeah, I need the paper. I'm coming. I'm not ready. You can't be calling anyone.
And Noah Pickering controls the ball here for North Toronto before crossing it forward. Beautiful contact by number 9 on North Toronto, but unfortunately it does not lead anywhere. Dujon Martin, number 15, is on the sideline here, preparing to enter for these last few minutes of play. Keegan Wilson plays the ball to Santiago Almada. Almada plays it to Kadibue. Kadibue controls it with the defender, passes it to Ignacio Musili, dribbles through multiple defenders before a hard challenge by Noah Pickering. The physicality of this match is definitely ramped up in the second half here. And there we have it, folks. Number 15, Dujon Martin, officially entering the match for number 20, Exose Kadibue. Kadibue played a hard-fought match and has to be one of the stars of the match after a thrilling performance, which ultimately ended in the game-deciding goal to put the Strikers up 2-0.
Woodbridge substitution in the 94th minute. Entering the match, number 15, Dujon Martin. Exiting the match, number 20, Exos Karabue.
Strikers controlling possession here.
North Toronto yellow card in the 94th minute to number 18, Noah Pickering.
Noah Pickering received a yellow card actually for his challenge, his hard challenge on Ignacio Musili. And the Nitros cross the ball into their striker, Fadi Selbach. Doesn't quite get a header on it, but they still have possession here in the closing minutes of this game. Akeem Villas plays the ball to his teammate, number 18, Noah Pickering, passing the ball across the field, and his teammate is dispossessed as the Strikers look to close this game out. Dujon Martin playing the ball to Jordan Hendricks. Jordan Hendricks dribbling hard up the sideline before the ball goes out of bounds. And the referee blows the final whistle for this match, folks, as the Woodbridge Strikers take a 2-0 victory in their home opener over the North Toronto Nitros.
We sincerely thank you for your support tonight. Be sure to join us once again next at home as it's the Derby of Vaughan, the 26th of May, 7 p.m. Vaughan versus Woodbridge.
The players and coaches exchange handshakes here as the Strikers celebrate their first win in their first home game of the season. As you can hear by the song, all they did was win tonight in a commanding 2-0 victory over the North Toronto Nitros. Excellent performances from Ronaldo Marshall in the first half with a penalty kick goal. Excellent performance in the second half by Exose Kadibue with, again, a number of strong dribbles, but one deciding goal in the 88th minute to clinch the victory. And that's all from Vaughan Grove Sports Park today, folks. And an exciting match. The Woodbridge Strikers take their first victory of the 2024 campaign. My name is Colonel Poirier, and we are signing off. Good night, folks.